Hey, mommy, daddy, oh, listen, no matter how me ask God, no matter how me, he make me table wider.
I
I
think you're
think you're
having a
having a
little
little
bit
bit
too
too
much
much
fun
fun
this
this
morning,
morning,
Mikey
Mikey
G.
G.
I
I
just
just
want to
want to
add
I
add
that.
certainly,
that.
I certainly am having a lot of fun this morning. God, when I think about when he say, God, I'm a daddy, oh, and it is not short and making me happy even when I don't deserve it. That's the part about that is, That is even when the child is rude and out of order, still provide food.
Still
Still
providing
providing
food.
food.
It's
It's
Still
time
time
providing
for
for
shelter, food, and care.
shelter,
shelter,
food,
food,
and
and
care.
care.
There's a special thing about daddies. Tell me, I don't know if Coralee will tell us a little bit more about daddies. A special thing about daddies this morning. Hey, mommy, daddy, oh. Tell me, what about daddies that you like the most?
Well,
Well,
my
my
daddy has
daddy has
an
an
extra
extra
special
special
place
place
in
in uh,
my
my
life,
life.
I
I
will
will
say.
say,
And I
and
want
I
to
want to
say
say
good
good
morning to
morning to
those
those
joining us
joining us
on
on
YouTube
YouTube
this
this
morning.
morning.
And I
And I
just want
just
to
want to
just
just
check
check
our
our
sound
sound
and
and
everything
everything
that's
that's
going
going
out.
out.
I
I
am
am
not
not
sure
sure
if
if
I
I
am
am
meeting
meeting
all the
all the
requirements
requirements
that
that
comes
comes
with the
with the
territory.
territory.
Is
Is
my
my
sound
sound
happening?
happening?
Is it
Is it
all
all
happening
happening
loud
loud
and
and
clear?
clear?
I
I
know
know
Mikey
Mikey
G will
G will
let me
let me
know
know
in a
in a
second
second
what's
what's
happening
happening
right
right
here
here
on the
on the
breakfast
breakfast
hour
hour
this
this
morning.
morning.
And
And
of
of
course,
course,
we
we
are
are
happy.
happy.
We
We
are
are
happy
happy
to
to
be
be
in
in
the
the
place.
place.
I
I
see
see
Coralie is
Coralie is
checking
checking
for
for
me
me
as
as
well.
well.
How are
How are
we
we
doing
doing
in
in
terms
terms
of
of
sound
sound
and
and
visibility
visibility and
um,
um,
whatever
whatever
else we
else we
need to
need to
check.
check?
Mikey
Mikey
G,
G,
you're
you're
letting
letting
us
us
know
know
what's
what's
happening
happening
there.
there.
While
While
you're
you're
doing
doing
that,
that,
I
I
am
am
doing
doing
this.
this.
Um,
Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there are points where it is a bit distorted, but as you work it through, it's coming together.
All right, so we are getting that stream our stream up and running. And for those of our listeners who have just joined us, welcome to the Breakfast Hour. It's another beautiful Friday morning. It's TGIF, thank God. It is Friday. And of course, this morning, we want to talk about it's all Cyber Friday this morning. And the amazing Coralie, she never
Amazing. I like that.
she has never failed me yet. Yeah, so amaze me. And this morning it's no different than it has always been.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm going to have to work on making sure that doesn't change. It sounds like the experience is good. Uh, and I will commit to doing whatever I can to make sure it continues in that vein.
Well, I like cartoons, and I have grown up on cartoons, right? And so here's a cartoon for you. It says the cartoon that I like is Spider Man, right? More than all the cartoons, I love Spider Man very much as a character, and it's deemed the amazing Spider Man, right? There is something in the word amazing that makes it what it is, you know.
Hmm.
And of course, for each person, I guess the amazingness would be in different parts, right? So yes, yeah, some things are just what they are. And of course, yes, like you say, I doubt you can do anything to create that problem. So it's going to be okay. I think we're on a great start this morning with an amazing Friday as well. And of course, we're talking about cyber, and not so much cyber, but AI and artificial intelligence and how it interacts with us and how we interact with it. You see what I said? With it. And that's what I said. I want to use the word it as a what you call quotations, and I want to put them in brackets, and I want to also highlight it with my highlighting marker to ensure that everyone realizes that I am saying it as what we are listening to this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
it,
it
it
is
is
it
it
is
is
beautiful,
beautiful,
and
and
of
of
course
course,
I
I
want to
want to
quickly
quickly
share
share
this
this
song
song
with
with
you.
you.
I and
And
you're
you're
also
also
going to
going to
tell
tell
me
me
how
how
well
well
it
it
is
is
being
being
shared
shared
as
as
I
I
share
share
this
this
very
very
popular
popular
song
song
with
with
you.
you.
You
You
tell
tell
me
me
how
how
it's
it's
coming
coming
across.
across.
It's a noble institution, a gift from God to man, a reflection of His fellowship with all of His creation. An intimate encounter with loved ones and their faults, still a source for comfort, but most of all for love. It's the origin of innocence, the birthplace of trust, a sanctuary from the cruel and unjust. An inevitable union of different generations, brought to meet each other through the miracle of life. We believe in the family. We believe in the family. Let's find our place at the altar. Consecrate our lives through the morning and evening sacrifice. We are bound. We're bound together by the family. The cords of love grow stronger through our unity. By the grace of the Father, the Spirit, and the Son, we believe. We believe in the family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not coming in so really.
We are offspring of Abraham by spiritual adoption. We were separated from the fold by our transgression. But the Father in heaven has given us His Son, and through His brotherhood we are redeemed. Oh, it's a privilege to be a part of God's family. And with all our hearts, we want the world to share with us this joy. Let the circle be unbroken. Let the prodigal come home. And together we will share eternity. We'll share eternity. We believe. We believe in the family. Yeah. We believe. Let's find our place. Find a place at the altar. Consecrate our lives through the morning and evening sacrifice. Oh, oh,
Yes, that one, that one is really
I'm hearing myself this morning working on this wonderful Friday morning. And of course, we're going to be reminding our listeners shortly what are the things that are celebrated today. What is celebrated today on this day, and you are going to tell me, of course, what makes today so special. What makes it special?
But today for me is simply special because I got up this morning. I got a chance to wake up from my slumber, and I'm checking it out this morning. I have still my 10 fingers. I still own my 10 toes. I don't know about some persons. Listen, I'm not being, listen.
Facetious,
Any
according to
person,
Coralie.
any persons,
That's
I'm
where I
saying
was
this,
going. That's where I
many
was going.
persons are even more grateful than I am, and they only have one leg. Listen what I'm saying. So when I say these things, I don't say them, and I don't say them lightly. I say them because I am sure of what the implications are.
Except though, Michael, the inference is that you can go to your bed and wake up without them.
But that's the point. So I'm even more grateful this morning.
Okay. I'll take note of that.
Well,
That I can go
there's
to
a
my
man.
bed and wake up without what I went to bed with.
All right.
Something
Well, since you open that can of worm, since you
no,
open that
sorry.
door,
I'm
since
just
you open that door, you know,
I did
there's a
Lady Elise,
lady.
did I open any can, or am I just seeking clarification of whether it is beans in the can or worms?
All right. Let's. You don't like worms. All right, fine. A can of beans. Well,
What
here's
did you
the thing. Do you remember the lady they called Bobbit?
Yes,
Oh my
There's
everybody
a
goodness.
remember
man.
her.
There's
No, it is interesting that I was curious to find out what happened after, and it's very interesting, Mr. Bobbitt.
you know, and so what happened was that man went to bed and wake up with part of his body part missing. You know.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate. He was not unconscious when
He
it
was he
happened.
was he was a full participant in the whole matter.
I believe so, because unless he was participating, he would not have gotten a clean cut.
He had to be, not true.
That's my interpretation of what happened.
I think he woke up to something like that. You couldn't miss. No man in his right mind would allow anybody to do something like that to him and awake for that. You know. So I would say when he woke up to that experience, and I am certain that in anybody's right mind, I don't know which direction the story came from, because I am sure that no matter what it is, he was not volunteering that experience for anybody, himself at least.
It depends on how you look at it. Volunteering didn't start when it happened. He was a contributor prior to, and the result is what he experienced. So I would say to you that he was contributing to what led to his.
You see, you have brought the conversation to a different platform, a different place. But here's where you're coming from. Hold on. So you're suggesting then that at some point or another, there must have been some here's the thing. Every action have an equal and opposite reaction. I believe that's what you are going with. I think that's it. That's the direction the conversation is heading. And so if you're saying by what his actions are, then the result of his action would be that the lady Miss Bobbitt was now named Bobbitt, and because of his action, then I could understand where you're going. But then I would say then that he was not. I still contend that he, in the Bobbitt matter, was not what you call a willing participant in that episode that took place. You know, while it happened, it was an unfortunate situation. But if you ask him right now, he would say to you, "I did not ask for her to be so kind." You know, so you know.
Well, I would agree with you from the point of view that he really didn't read the rest of the contract. He only stopped halfway and
Which
didn't
part of the
realize
contract did he not read?
the end, how it was going to end.
Well,
He didn't
then,
read
then
the end
hold
of
on. Then you have to enlighten me now, because I want to know if well, you know what, I want to leave that conversation right here.
I will say
Because,
to you
yes,
that he started a course of action
yes.
and there were different outcomes and he didn't explore the outcomes. So
Let me ask you a question. If I
he
flip it
was
around,
surprised at the
if
end.
I flip it over, let's flip it over, because it's two sides to the coin, right?
Go right
Two
ahead.
sides to the coin.
Yes.
Do you think he should have done what you should do a Mr. Babbitt and Miss Babbitt if she was in the same situation? She wake up one morning and see all that thing all over the place. Do you think that should have happened?
Well, I am not taking sides. All I'm saying
No, don't take
is,
side. No, don't take side. No.
hold on.
Don't take no. All I'm asking is this. All I'm asking is, do you think the
I'm
reverse?
saying
Hold on. Do you think the reverse should be a course of action, considering that you said earlier that it is by the
if
contract.
you read the end of the contract
Mm.
and the outcome was not what she wanted it, or she wasn't clear as to what the outcome.
I know, but I'm saying, do you believe?
And I'm saying yes. I am saying yes. I am consistent in my line of reasoning that if it is that she didn't read the end of the contract and was surprised as to how it turned out, then it's on her, just like it is on him. So if
what a situation.
that's the outcome, then she would have been surprised as well. So,
well, you know what is happening these days, Lady Coralee? Has been this contract has been a very serious contract, because many persons has lost their, not just Babbitt, right? They have lost their entire lives over it, and it's something to think about, you know.
Caution I would give is make
Yes.
sure you read the contract to its end. So don't
Well,
just read the first part and the fine points, the fine prints as well, because a lot of times the contract starts out very good, and then we don't read the outcome one way or another. So there are conditions, and it says if you do not fulfill your obligation, these are the likely outcome. We don't reach there. We stop. Wow, it sounds good. And so we go ahead and sign. And then at the end of the day, when we're faced with the outcome or the conditions of not performing, pun intended, then then we're surprised.
But here's where I take this conversation in Coralee. Is in 2020, I think it's rolling after about 2030. They are saying, because of what we're talking about cyber, and not cyber, but then AI in the whole thing, right? And what a way to start the conversation. In 2030, and this is something that was labeled earlier on, maybe a year ago, I've listened to this conversation. Men will be marrying robots, women will be marrying robots, because it is better for them. It is already predicted that this is how people are going to actually be better, because they're going to prefer to have a robot with them, you know, and what, you know, it will benefit them more. And I'm saying this to you, is that I didn't make this thing up. I am not making this thing up. But this is what the statistics says. This is what the projection is on coming up on our next days of our lives.
The concept is that we want to be able to program people.
There it is.
And I will say to you that the manifestation in 2030 is not a new thing, because a lot of times we go into relationships or partnerships wanting to program people, and the element that we often miss is that we have choice.
Yes.
The difference, and so that's the distinguisher between us and the robot. And so man is now saying, you know what? I want to remove that element of choice. but it's not new. It's just how it is manifesting itself.
When
So
you
if
said man a while ago, are you saying the male species, or you're generalizing mankind?
the general, yes, the mankind.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of times it is often said women go into relationships knowing what the man is and all his flaws and want to change him. And so what it means is that we will get what we want.
What it means is
men will get
get
the
what?
program. Look at all the criteria that he wants from this spouse or partner. I don't know if you can call it.
What criteria is that the man wants from her? What would he want?
Right, and he's not. Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. So what the man is going to do is program into this device all the characteristics that he would want, and he will get the outcome.
But you know what a man wants.
And there will be no headache.
You know what a man wants in a wife, right?
Opportunity for headache.
Do you know what a man wants in a wife? You know what men want in a wife?
Less headache.
Less headache. You know what that is? Every time he goes home, every time he comes home, every time he comes home, there's one thing that he wants. He wants food, he wants comfort, and he wants his bedroom to be always warm and welcoming. That's all men want. Well, I'm just saying this. Okay. I'm just saying this. So, but then the question would be, what would women want? I just define what men would want. What would women want in that?
Very similar to me.
To want to choose. So if he chooses, hold on. So if a man chooses, he's going to choose a robot, one of those robots that will welcome him when he comes home, make his dinner, or make sure his house is kept, and of course, his bed is always comfortable. That's all he's going to want.
That's not what, because as far as I'm observing, robots are cold. So it's not that
I'm saying they might have the heating system put in there. I don't know.
Yes, but I suppose he's going to program, press a button. At this point, you need to respond. At this point, you need to stop. At this point, you don't need to huddle. At this point, okay, well, I don't.
Let me go with this. What would women want then? If they're going to choose a robot, if they're going to choose one of those robots for themselves, what would women want in a robot?
Well, first of all, I don't know that it is really geared towards women. It's men.
Well, it says, no, the statistics says that people.
I'm not saying no.
No, I'm saying, this is what I'm saying.
Hold on. When you go to the supermarket, there are an array of produce, and anybody can purchase it.
All right, so here's the question. Here's the question for you. And it's a legitimate question. If women should buy a robot, hold on, listen to this. If women should go on the market to purchase one of these robots, what would the woman look for in the robot?
Tall, dark, and handsome from day one. That's always what we want. Tall, dark, and handsome.
I know. That's the sell. That's the sell. But then there are other accolades. There are other things underneath there.
Listen. If he's tall, dark, and handsome, yes, that's it. We don't need anything else, because everything else is fall into place afterwards. It's the ones who are short.
Hold on. So all the problems that we're having, the relationship problems that people are having, right? People are having all sorts of relationship problems, right, and just tall, dark, and handsome would have fixed it. So they have the wrong set of men in their lives. That's what you're saying. And the short, ugly ones.
They've come short. Most of them have come short.
even when they're 6'7", they're short. I got what you're saying. So no matter what he does, he can't be tall enough.
I asked me the question, and I think I answered. I don't know if Lady Elise has a different.
Lady Elise, no matter how tall he is, he cannot be tall enough.
Well, what's happening is that our viewers on the radio are not hearing us so well. So it's almost time for news, and they're enjoying the conversation, but they can't hear. They were enjoying the conversation.
No, they can't. They couldn't hear it a while ago because we went blank for a minute. something went, but they are hearing it now. So if they're saying the same thing twice, there's something has gone wrong with their radio. It's not with the breakfast hour. I'm not saying what it is. Listen, you know I can't say anything else. Guys, I am without tact sometimes. I don't have that little thing built in at some point. I sometimes, even if it's there, I don't even care to use it because it's not for now, right? So no. So now I know that it is working fine. I am sure of it. Because, I'm sure? Because I'm actually listening to the broadcast while I'm monitoring the broadcast while we are actually operating right now.
So what I mean, Michael, so
yes.
If I were to continue that train of thought and
which one? Which one?
The one that you're saying is that you have no tact.
No, I said there are times. No, let's get it right. That I choose when I apply it, and now I'm not.
So a woman may want to change that.
You mean?
You would not be open to doing that. So there goes the conflict.
No, it's not a conflict. It's not a conflict.
Sorry, we're going back to the AI thing. And
I'm saying for me, Lady Coralee, for me, that's not a conflict for me.
Yeah, but it's not you alone in the conversation, sir.
No, you said a question a while ago. Just answer the question. So,
Michael.
Yes.
You would be tall, right?
No. What you said a while ago was.
No, that's a rhetorical question. Listen to me.
Well, I know.
You may be tall, dark, but you're going to look ugly with a tact. So you're going
this is what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying, Lady Coralee. I just answered the question a while ago for you. What I said is,
sir.
The answer to that question is, she will not have the problem.
Because she won't have you?
Because I will not choose her.
Yeah, but then she may choose you.
No, but that's the problem. That's the problem.
Sorry.
Time out. Hold on.
No. Time out.
Wait for this, Lady Coralee. Wait for this.
Lady Elise.
Choices, hold on. Wait, let's go. Choices means for men. Now let's go with this. And this is really, are we talking about AI? We're talking about AI, guys. If you're joining the conversation and just joining us, we are talking about AI and why we probably will choose AI over our own human beings. And this is where we're going. We're going to go a little bit deeper into it. But then here's this. My choices is going to be the one that results in me choosing which lady I am going to be with. That's what it is, for a man, right? It's a real thing. A lot of women don't see this. It's a real thing. And this choice means he has 3, 4, maybe 3 women lined up to choose from one. The same principle apply for the woman. No doubt. The same thing applies. The difference between that principle is this, that you can't choose the man and then think he's going to choose you. That's a different thing. So while the choosing is going on, you can choose him, but it doesn't mean that he chooses you. And so this is where the problem comes. But then listen to this. But what the man does, he lines up everything. He knows his choices because he knows that if he chooses any of these 3 choices, a yes will come. On the other hand, it is not on the woman to choose the man because that's not something that is happening, it might sound a way to say it like this. Like I said, the tap not coming out this morning, but that is where that's where it lies. And this is where everybody wants to put the conversation that women must have the right to choose the man as well. Yes, you can, because without you choosing me, you will never come with me. But that's the point. All 3 women will have chosen me. That's the principle. That's the principle I'm putting. Hold on. That's a. I know it don't sound good, but that's a choice.
The news is upon us, and I would humbly ask that you pause the rest of your thought and allow Lady Elise to proceed with her news, if you would be so.
Well, here is where the news will come.
Pause.
The news will come like this, Lady Coralee.
Yes.
If you are choosing AI for, say, a woman, not say for yourself, But then you might want to add that, say, it's a personal thing. Because if I'm choosing, I'm going to choose for me. Because I don't know what nobody else wants. What would be some of the features? And then we go to the news right after that thought. What would be some of the features that you would want in that AI to be?
You know that you're rebellious, Mr. Michael? You know that?
Where did that word come from? Where did the word rebellious come from?
We've been trying to get your attention, right? You need to stick to the script. So not only are you prolonging the conversation, you are now drawing me in to be an accomplice. And I would ask you kindly to be a criminal on your own.
All right, here's where I'm going to go. Let me be that criminal on my own. Let me be. All right, fine. You asked me to be the criminal on my own. I'm going to do it all by myself. I would conclude then that robot would not have enough program to put in. That robot would not have enough buttons to press for all the select. You know what? Yeah. I think it's time for the news, and I'm going to go directly to it. Lady Elise, I believe with all my heart that this morning our listeners have to decide which robot they want, and if you don't have the choices yet, get a piece of pen and get a piece of paper and a pen and start writing them down. For the men, we know what we want. We want her to come home, warm up the bed and cook. That's it. It is over to you. Of course, it's time for news this morning right here on Flashpoint.
And listeners from around the world. It's Friday, October 25th. I am Coralee Karen, and here's the news locally, regionally, and internationally. We begin with local news. According to Compass Media, Makeva Bush kicks off re-election bid with new political organization. Former Premier Makeva Bush has officially launched his new political group, One Better Cayman, as he prepares to contest his West Bay West seat one last time. Speaking at a media conference, Bush criticized the current coalition government, calling it, quote, a mess, end quote, and expressed doubts about the ability of independents to effectively manage a country. His new organization aims to focus on sustainable development, social justice, and holistic well-being. Bush's re-election campaign highlights issues like immigration and development policies, advocating for more structured leadership to drive key projects like a cruise pier. Still in Cayman, DOE Conservation Project tracks shark movement. The Department of Environment has tagged 8 Caribbean reef and black-tip sharks with satellite tracking devices to monitor their movement and behavior in Cayman waters. The one-year project aims to improve our understanding of shark habits and protect their populations. Shark tags are programmed to detach and float to the surface after recording data, with 3 tags already recovered. The DOE asks the public to return any recovered tags to aid in research. Still in Cayman, students to design mini Formula One race cars. Cayman is gearing up to join the International F1 in Schools competition, which challenges students to design and race miniature Formula One cars. The Cayman Monitoring Federation is introducing the program to local schools with Cayman International School, John Gray High, and Clifton Hunter High School leading the way. The initiative encourages hands-on learning in science, technology, engineering, and math, while also fostering teamwork and problem-solving skills. Cayman hosts International Cybersecurity Conference. Cayman will host the 3rd Annual Security B-Sides Conference at the Kimpton Seafire Resort from October 29 to 31. This event will feature global cybersecurity experts, including John Hammond from Huntress's Threat Operations and cybersecurity professional Juliet Okafar. Local and international speakers will tackle growing cyber threats, especially in light of Cayman's recent rise in cyber attacks and online scams. The conference aims to inspire young people interested in a career in cybersecurity and offer valuable networking opportunities. Police warn public over internet blackmail scam. The RCIPC Cybercrime Unit has issued a warning about a new internet blackmail scam circulating in Cayman. Victims receive an email claiming their computer has been hacked and threatening to expose personal information. Police advise the public not to engage with such messages and report any incidents to their cybercrime unit. Stay safe online and avoid clicking suspicious links. Regional news. We go now to Jamaica. Jamaica adopts One Health approach to public health. Jamaica is working on enhancing its capacity to manage public health emergencies through a One Health approach, uniting human, animal, and environmental health sectors. A strategic workshop is being held with stakeholders from various ministries and international partners to create a unified health policy. This effort aims to strengthen Jamaica's resilience to emerging health threats. Also in Jamaica, 12-year-old Canadian Jamaican gives hospital daycare a makeover. In a heartwarming story, 12-year-old Canadian Jamaican Jasmine Headley has transformed the daycare for staff at the Kingston Public Hospital and Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Jamaica. Through her foundation, Jasmine donated over Canadian $15,000 to refurbish the daycare, now named Jasmine Corner, providing books, toys, and games for the children of hospital staff. Also in regional news, PAHO marks 30 years without wild polio in the Caribbean. The Pan American Health Organization is celebrating 30 years since the eradication of wild polio in the Caribbean. Thanks to decades of vaccination efforts, the region has been free of the disease since 1994. PAHO urges continued vaccination to maintain this achievement and protect future generations.
It's better for students.
International news. LinkedIn fined for data privacy violation. LinkedIn has been hit with a €310 million fine for violating European Union data privacy regulations. The Irish Data Protection Commission found that LinkedIn's methods of collecting personal data for targeted advertising were unlawful. LinkedIn has been ordered to ensure compliance with the EU privacy policy. That's our news roundup for this morning. Stay tuned to Flashpoint Radio for more updates throughout the day. I am Coralee Karen. And this was your morning news, bringing you the latest from Cayman and across the globe.
We now turn our attention to Cuba, where Oscar leaves at least 6 dead amid massive power outage. In Cuba, at least 6 people have died after Hurricane Oscar hit the island's eastern coast. The capital remained largely paralyzed as the country entered its 4th night of a massive blackout. The power outage has sparked small protests in several urban neighborhoods, with President Miguel Diaz-Canel warning that civil unrest will not be tolerated. The hurricane's aftermath has left many areas without power or water, creating further strain for residents. We now go to Jamaica, where widow accepts medal for fallen constable at National Day.
So much happening in the news this morning, so much that, of course, grabs our attention there. And I am, there's election time right here in the Cayman Islands, and a new party, Makiva Bush, thinking about a new party here. That's interesting.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm not a political observer in any way. I strongly believe in exercising one's franchise. I believe that our forefathers actually would have fought vehemently to make sure that every single person has the opportunity to use their voice. And voice here mean your ability to choose who leads you, you know, and sometimes we miss the mark and not realizing that the people are the ones who choose. It's not so much the people who stand and talk a good talk, but you have the right to choose one over the other. And so at the end of the day, the outcome, you have to bear some of that responsibility. So totally agree that if an individual is so inclined to change what is happening, by all means, exercise that bravery to stand up as one who is going to represent the people. I would hope and trust that the foremost intent is to represent the people. And I believe that the people need to, in making the choice, bear that in mind. Who is going to represent me, my concerns, my issues adequately? And it's not just the facade of being in that position. So I agree, you know, I think more people need to go and stand at the front.
Make a change, be the change I want to see. And I see persons chiming in on the conversation you were having before we went for news. And if you notice in the chat that is sent to you there, you will be able to see the conversation. And I think some of them, Mikey G might want to respond to.
They want to respond to. They want to respond to what. Let me look at what the chat is saying. I'm gonna go into the chat and see what's going on in there. Oh, here we are.
Do you have them, Coralee?
Not yet.
I sent it via WhatsApp to you.
Well, I think I said once person said an interesting topic. It's
I like this first one from is Kiria.
I was unable to pronounce the name, so I just left it alone a little bit here because I know what. Yes, of course.
Yes. And I will zero in on the question that she's asking. So I believe you're saying female doesn't have 100% choice when choosing their husbands. And she's asking for you to correct her if she got it wrong.
If she does what? If she don't have 100% in choosing her husband?
Her interpretation of what you're saying is that a female is not given the choice 100% of choosing her husband. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if it's a concept of choosing the person that she wants, the 100% of choosing her husband would be somebody who she makes up in her mind of what she would want, and then see somebody who have those characteristics, right? It happens in the front that I'm not saying that you don't have 100% of choosing. Here's the choice of 100%. 100% is not the same as a man, how he chooses. Because when she chooses somebody, and the same principle applies, when she chooses the guy, let me ask her, I'm going to talk to her directly, if she's a woman. If she's a woman.
Oh, but Michael, I'm
going to go with it.
You need to well, Kira actually, it may have been a rhetorical question because she proceeded to say that you may very well be cooking for yourself because it will be very chaotic if it is that the person chooses her and she goes along with it just because she was chosen, don't love him, and the interpretation is that the man will do whatever. So she said, man, I will do whatever I feel like doing. And this might involve things that you do not approve of. And that warm in bed and preparing meals, sorry, but most days you might be cooking yourself. So
all right, fine. And I get, but did you hear the conversation when I said you would not be the choice? Did you hear that conversation? Did you hear the conversation when I said you would not be the choice? And here's the thing. Yeah, you know this very bad word. I'm gonna go. And I get what she's saying, right? I get her point, right? I understand what she's saying. And to be favorable and of course to be kind, I would say I hear her and I hear where she's going, right? And I understand, very much understand. But the concept of choosing someone and the choice is made, it's not something that you can actually make up. Make it up, Not something that you can just, because it's something that you see, right? It is an action word. It's not a talking word. It's not what you say, it's what you do, right? And so when you go out and you see the young lady that chooses you, or the young man that chooses you, you know that he chooses you because you see the things that he will do. The red carpet comes out, the different things happen, and you realize that this guy's head over heels for you as a person. Then the guy has the same thing. He knows this lady is loving him or not loving him. People can fake it a lot of times, and I get that correctly. I know all of that. But then there is also what you call experience, and there's a Mikey G, right? who will spot you.
Full of experience.
Who would spot you from a distance? Hold on. Who would spot you from a distance? And I would teach men, I would teach men also how to spot some of these things. Now, the truth is, people, no matter how good you are, no matter how perfect you have made a choice, change over time. That same person that you marry who's an angel this year can be a devil next year. I'm not talking about men or women now. Talking about both parties on the same front. All right? And the concept of marriage is that men marry women, and somebody was having a big dispute with me. We have the choice to marry women, and women have the choice to be married to men. That's not you marrying me. That's not women marrying me. I have the choice to marry the woman, but she has the choice to be married to me. Two different conversations, two different positions. And so sometimes what we do, this is the society that we have come up with this nonsensical thinking, mix that one thing up. And because of that mix up, we've gone into the conversation of the choices that we can make or not. No. If I choose somebody who is going to do all the things that I want to do, and this is what men want. Men want this, the thing that I just said, and they will find that person who will do it. No, if you are not that kind of person, then you will not be the choice. Just understand that to be true. You're not that person. You will not be true. It's like, you ever see the foster home situation where there are kids that people come and they take the ones that are nicely bred and all that, and they think that the ones that are very rude and out of order, they will be staying there until they're 21. They will stay there and get a wife right inside here.
So what you're saying, Michael, is that you are in agreement with 2030's position that by that time you'll get the perfect mate that you want.
No, I would agree that this is something that what we have done to our own selves is to have created a rebellious heart against each other enough that a robot will be a choice over one of our own kind.
So you're saying then, as a result of our rebellion, we now need to live with the consequences.
But like you just said earlier on, every action, and we spoke about it, have an equal and opposite reaction. Now, here's a word for us. 2 words. Love and submission. 2 words. These 2 words have been at war with each other. And now AI has taken that word, those 2 words, and has placed it in mechanical parts.
So it would therefore mean that because those words have been a challenge,
yes,
you have now created the solution.
Because it's become a problem. The problem, they say that any problem you find, there is a business that you can make from it. If you find a problem, you can make a business. And so the problem of love and submission have been a problem for a long time, and somebody decides that they're going to make a business out of it.
So what about getting rid of the problem? Who created the problem? And why can't we get rid of the source of the problem instead of creating a solution for it?
Then the question is this: what would be your concern? What would be your consideration of the source of the problem? Is the first thing I'll ask.
Well, I would say the man is the source of the problem.
All right, fine. And then the man would say, when the woman went to the, hold on. And the man would say, when the man would say, when the woman went to the tree, saw the serpent and decided to pick the fruit, she became the problem.
No. The problem was when he decided that he was going to be selfish and take a bite.
Very good. There you go. And so that's what I wanted to hear.
But then it goes back to your point.
So the answer then.
Answer. You said that you had options and you are the one who made the choice. So you can, at this point, I'm following through on that train of thought that you're the one who chose to eat. You're the one who chose to chose that course of action. So it landed with you. And so that's the reason why we know what AI.
Which course of action would I choose?
At 2030.
Which course of action would I choose?
To reject the apple?
We wouldn't go near the tree.
No.
Hold on. If you notice, the man was in the garden a long time before the woman was there. Hold on. Wait for this. Wait for this now. Let me say it.
He had this eye on the tree, and what he did was to use the opportunity to do what he always wanted to do.
Let me do this now. Let me say this. The man was in the garden long before the woman came. Long time before. He was there doing all sorts of things. He named everything. He named every single thing before she came, right? Hold on. When she came, so this tree was there the whole time. He didn't walk near it. In fact, he saw it and knew that God says one thing, and he know I'm going to just leave that thing alone.
You're not supporting
it. And so hold on. So obedience was in the man. Hold on. I'm not going to put a blame here. That's what I'm going. You know where I'm going with it. Obedience was in the man.
I blame the man for the
Hold on. Obedience was in the man in the garden. And so by the woman going to the tree, hold on. The first rule was not even to touch it. Listen what I'm saying. Listen how stringent the rule was. Don't even touch it. What she did was, she went and touched it first, massaged it afterwards, have a big conversation about it, and then go and eat it, right? It was a whole process that took place. She didn't just walk up to the tree and grab it and eat it, She was hungry. So what I'm saying is this, we're not putting a blame. I'm saying, as you see that this was a perfect woman. Perfect woman do that. What would the imperfect one do? No. What the perfect woman did was to corrupt the perfect man with that thing. I'm not saying she's the one who did it. She is the agent of the one who did the corruption. Because the serpent wouldn't get to the man without the help of the woman. So what I'm trying to explain is this, that the problem that we are facing is much larger than man and woman. Every time we see a problem, we have to see the serpent on the tree still doing his thing. And when we talk about the AI story here this morning, let me finish this. When we talk about the AI story this morning, we could quickly point to each other as the source of the contention. I could say the woman is the fault and the man is the fault, as you would say, and we would go on and on all day about it. But then the enemy on the tree is laughing his head off, watching us fight and squabble. God's perfection was that the woman was created for the man. That's God's perspective. Now, if we are not using the Bible, then that's not the perspective that you are adhering to, then that's fine. But the persons who do use the Bible as a template, then this is the perspective that we must have. That the woman was made for the man. Which means, with all of that, that man is a perfect man, he's a loving man, he's like God. Which means he has no inclination to disrespect or treat her with any level of disrespect. We want imperfect men, hold on, we want these imperfect men to behave as if we are perfect. And then the imperfect woman, hold on, comes out with every element of the serpent and expect us to respond to it in a kind way. It won't work.
And I will take from your comment that we have to take personal responsibility.
There you go.
We are in the garden, whether we're under the tree or whether we're the one eating the apple. And so as we conclude the conversation about AI, it's clear that it's not the end of it. The discussion will certainly continue. And I will say that based on the clock on the wall, Lady Elise, it is time to bid you one and all goodbye, farewell. But I will ask Michael or maybe Elise will have a charge or a...
Well, she has a optimist creed that she usually would tell us a little bit about that. What optimists will do this morning. How optimistic can you be? Hold on. Here's the charge. Here's the challenge here. How optimistic will we be, or can we be, in this world as we see it now? We just explained a few things a while ago. We are uncomfortable with each other. We are unable to live with each other. We don't want each other. Hold on. To the point where somebody...
I thought we're doing optimism. Or something optimism.
Here's where I'm going. Somebody sat down, came up with an entire business of creating partners or persons that would fill the gap of these insubordinate people who are unwilling to participate in the simple thing called relationship and love, right? They are now creating the love machines for everybody. They started off with one body part at a time. They are creating a whole human being now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brother Michael.
You're
very eloquent in your discharge.
Okay. So the creed, the optimist creed this morning I would like to share this one with you as we head out on this Friday. I believe it's the last Friday in October. It will not come again. This is the only day, yes, this day is not going to come again, the last Friday of 2024 in October. It is upon us. And the Optimist Creed, promise yourself to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. Now, I'm going to share with you Savannah's SDA's presentation. It's a short advert. I will share that with you as well as we head out of studio this morning.
Fantastic Friday, everyone.
And for those who are listening on Flashpoint Radio this morning, I hope I would tell you that we are having a great morning this morning, and it's not going to just stop here. We're going to continue the conversation even after we come off the set. For those who are on YouTube and our Facebook page, guys, have a really wonderful Friday.
Ready for an evening of inspiration as the Savannah Seventh-day Adventist Church presents Sermon Through Music Revived. Join us at the Windsor Park Children's Playground on Friday, November 15. We start with free health checks at 6:30 p.m., enjoy the marching band at 7:15, and experience uplifting music and Vespers at 7:30 p.m. Reconnect, revive, and be inspired. Hope to see you there.
It's a noble institution, a gift from God to man, a reflection of His fellowship with all of His creation.
An intimate encounter with loved ones and their faults, still a source for comfort, but most of all for love.
It's the origin of innocence, the birthplace of trust, a sanctuary from the cruel and unjust.
An inevitable union of different generations, brought to meet each other through the miracle of life. We believe in the family. We believe in the family. Let's find our place at the altar. Consecrate our lives through the morning and evening sacrifice. We are bound.
We're bound together by the family.
The cords of love grow stronger through our unity.
By the grace of the Father,
The Spirit and the Son, we believe
we believe.
in the family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are offspring of Abraham by spiritual adoption. We were separated from the fold by our transgression.